So, welcome aboard, relax, and enjoy Tanzania Unforgettable. Karibuni sana.
On 18th May 2020, Tanzania opened its borders after it has been closed for approximately 3.5 months due to COVID-19 pandemic.
I think we're happy to start the flights 3 times a week, and we build on that from there. And we saw bookings come in rather quickly, so that gave us a good feeling. But 200 passengers on the first flight, given the circumstances in the world, makes us very happy. Well, here we are. It's good to be back. Feels like home again. Tanzania, unforgettable.
Today is the first flight that left Dubai to Dar es Salaam, August 1, so we said as soon as possible.
I did not expect the airport to change so much.
Airport kubwa nzuri. Tumepata ile feeling ya nyumbani, tumefurahi sana kweli leo.
We came here to Tanzania to enjoy a safari.
We would like to see good nature and to try to see safari.
Buja Island, we're gonna try, get some food and spend some time with family and just enjoy our holidays. And
we're hoping to either do Zanzibar, go to the beach, enjoying the scenery a bit more.
And also the people there are very lovely people. I think that's the most important thing about Tanzania.
I heard you have a good situation about COVID and that's why we chose Tanzania for traveling.
I've been really impressed with the way the airport's handled COVID and stuff, and I feel safer than I thought I would have felt.
Everybody is having a mask and sanitization is good, so yeah, I think it's very safe.
Na wafanyakazi pia wako hand to hand na watu, at least kuwa guide na kuwasaidia.
The airport's a lot bigger, so you can handle that situation a lot better. And there's temperature checks, so you know that everybody's being scanned in. That keeps you safe and protected.
I would encourage everyone to come to Tanzania. I think the country and the airport is prepared to receive everyone, and I think people are taking the right precautions in terms of safety.
Tanzania is unforgettable. It's part of my heart, always.
Tanzania, unforgettable.
We are very excited today to receive Qatar Airline back to Dar es Salaam, Tanzania after a brief suspension due to COVID-19 pandemic. Dar es Salaam route is the first of Qatar to be resumed, and today Their flight arrived with 119 passengers from different parts of the world, all connected through Doha. Tanzania is ready to receive our esteemed visitors back to yet another unforgettable experience. And that is why TTB is here today to observe how our national standard operating procedures are being adhered to. We are pleased to see that all safety protocols are being put in place. Health workers and other health authorities and officials are taking necessary health precaution to ensure safety of our visitors as well as safety of our staff.
I'm very happy to be in Tanzania, finally. This is the first flight with Qatar Airways directly almost from Oslo. And I feel that the safety measures, they are very thorough, and the safety measures, they are good. You come here and you have a lot of people who take care of you, and you also have measurements with temperature application or forms, and it seems that Tanzania put a lot of effort to make this a safe arrival for everyone.
I was very pleased to see that the airport was taking precautions of hand sanitizers, and the stickers on the floors about social distancing. It's very good to see that, to make sure that everybody stays healthy and safe.
Tanzania, unforgettable.
On 18th May 2020, Tanzania opened its borders after it has been closed for approximately 3.5 months due to COVID-19 pandemic.
Tanzania is very safe because we have the safety procedure in place. All protocols that has been advised by the government, Ministry of Health, have been taken in seriously and are in place. We talk of the airport, talk of the hotels, talk of the game reserves, all over. We have taken all these measures to make sure that all tourists and other travelers coming to Tanzania, they remain safe.
Travelers are not subjected to 14 days quarantine, but will have to take preliminary screening by the health officers at every entry point. Also, sanitizers at the immigration docks so that the travelers can sanitize their hands before and after taking their fingerprints. The Department of Immigration strongly advises visitors to apply their visas online so as to avoid unnecessary inconveniences on arrival.
I think we're happy to start the flights 3 times a week, and we build on that from there. And we saw bookings come in rather quickly, so that gave us a good feeling. But 200 passengers on the first flight, given the circumstances in the world, makes us very happy. Well, here we are. It's good to be back. Feels like home again. Tanzania, unforgettable.
On 18th May 2020, Tanzania opened its borders after it has been closed for approximately 3.5 months due to COVID-19 pandemic.
Tanzania is very safe because we have the safety procedure in place. All protocols that has been advised by the government, Ministry of Health, have been taken in seriously and in place. We talk of the airport, talk of the hotels, talk of the game reserves, all over. We have taken all these measures to make sure that all tourists and other travelers coming to Tanzania, they remain safe.
Travelers are not subjected to 14 days quarantine, but will have to take preliminary screening by the health officers at every entry point. Also, sanitizers at the immigration docks so that the travelers can sanitize their hands before and after taking their fingerprints. The Department of Immigration strongly advises visitors to apply their visas online so as to avoid unnecessary inconveniences on arrival.
I think we're happy to start the flights 3 times a week, and we build on that from there. And we saw bookings come in rather quickly, so that gave us a good feeling. But 200 passengers on the first flight, given the circumstances in the world, makes us very happy. Well, here we are. It's good to be back. Feels like home again. Tanzania, unforgettable.
We are very excited today to receive Qatar Airline back to Dar es Salaam, Tanzania after a brief suspension due to COVID-19 pandemic. The Dar es Salaam route is the first of Qatar to be resumed, and today their flight arrived with 119 passengers from different parts of the world, all connected through Doha. Tanzania is ready to receive our esteemed visitors back to yet another unforgettable experience. And that is why TTB is here today to observe how our national standard operating procedures are being adhered to. We are pleased to see that all safety protocols are being put in place. Health workers and other health authorities and officials are taking necessary health precaution to ensure safety of our visitors as well as safety of our staff.
I'm very happy to be in Tanzania, finally. This is the first flight with Qatar Airways directly almost from Oslo. And I feel that the safety measures, they are very thorough, and the safety measures, they are good. You come here and you have a lot of people who take care of you, and you also have measurements with temperature, application or forms, and it seems that Tanzania put a lot of effort to make this a safe arrival for everyone.
I was very pleased to see that the airport was taking precautions of hand sanitizers and the stickers on the floors about social distancing. It's very good to see that, to make sure that everybody stays healthy and safe.
Tanzania, unforgettable.
On 18th May 2020, Tanzania opened its borders after it has been closed for approximately 3.5 months due to COVID-19 pandemic.
Tanzania is very safe because we have the safety procedure in place. All protocols that has been advised by the government, Ministry of Health, have been taken in seriously and are in place. We talk of the airport, talk of the hotels, talk of the game reserves, all over. We have taken all these measures to make sure that all tourists and other travelers coming to Tanzania, they remain safe.
Travelers are not subjected to 14 days quarantine, but will have to take preliminary screening by the health officers at every. Also sanitizers at the immigration docks so that the travelers can sanitize their hands before and after taking their fingerprints. The Department of Immigration strongly advise visitors to apply their visas online so as to avoid unnecessary inconveniences on arrival.
I think we're happy to start the flights 3 times a week, and we build on that from there. And we saw bookings come in rather quickly, so that gave us a good feeling. But 200 passengers on the first flight, given the circumstances in the world, makes us very happy. Well, here we are. It's good to be back. Feels like home again. Tanzania, unforgettable.
We are very excited today to receive Qatar Airline back to Dar es Salaam, Tanzania after a brief suspension due to COVID-19 pandemic. The Dar es Salaam route is the first of Qatar to be resumed, and today their flight arrived with 119 passengers from different parts of the world, all connected through Doha. Tanzania is ready to receive our esteemed visitors back to yet another unforgettable experience. And that is why TTB is here today to observe how our national standard operating procedures are being adhered to. We are pleased to see that all safety protocols are being put in place. Health workers and other health authorities and officials are taking necessary health precaution to ensure safety of our visitors as well as safety of our staff.
I'm very happy to be in Tanzania, finally. This is the first flight with Qatar Airways directly almost from Oslo. And I feel that the safety measures, they are very thorough, and the safety measures, they are good. You come here and you have a lot of people who take care of you, and you also have measurements with temperature, application or forms, and it seems that Tanzania put a lot of effort to make this a safe arrival for everyone.
I was very pleased to see that the airport was taking precautions of hand sanitizers and the stickers on the floors about social distancing. It's very good to see that, to make sure that everybody stays healthy and safe.
Tanzania, unforgettable. moving through the country brings you to the foot of unforgettable.
Together with the Minister for Natural Resources and Tourism, we have Deputy Minister. We also have the Chair of the Board of Tanzania Tourist Board, but also we have the Permanent Secretary from Ministry of Natural Resources and Tourism, and their official host for this event, Madame Devota Mdachi, who is the Managing Director of the Tanzania Tourist Board. But also accompanying them are different directors who also sits in the board of TTB, who also Your Excellencies, those who are here, the sound. However, because you're also seated, so let me take this opportunity to officially welcome you to Tanzania Tourist Board, as today we are witnessing this important event, and we're so thankful that you have all been here today. Honorable Minister, before your arrival, as you are at the waiting room, we have done the following. We have taken our guests and members of the press through the program of today. And there are important things that I think you should be privy to know, that our event today is being broadcasted live. We have the following media houses that are broadcasting this event live. We have TBC Utalii channel, and we always thank them for their support. But also we have Wasafi crew that is here also with us, with their CEO, but also they are broadcasting this event live in all their platforms. We also have IO TV. Unfortunately, IO could not be here with us. He has traveled, but IO TV is also broadcasting this event live. We also have True Vision, who have always been there with us, producing majority of our video clips, including the Tanzania country video. They are also here broadcasting this event live that are being broadcasted in all our social media channels. But also we have Daily News Digital. Daily News, majority of you are knowing them for being the media print house, but they have gone digital these days. So they are also broadcasting this event in their live program. And also Revolution Events, who have been very courteous to give us this large screen that you'll be viewing different videos that show to the world that Tanzania is safe. Furthermore, Honorable Minister and distinguished guests, today's event, we have chosen it to be live on social media and everywhere, and in English. The reason is because we understand that as Tanzanians we speak Swahili and we understand English, but this message of today that Tanzania is safe, we wish you to go to our majority source markets that English is their first language, and we wish to inform and confirm to them that Tanzania is safe. And that is why we are going to run this event in English. However, after the event, you'll be having an opportunity to do the live interviews in Swahili. Honorable Minister, without further ado, we wish to take you through several videos that are very important to show to our tourists or potential tourists that Tanzania is safe, and several measures that have been taken before you launch the official stamp. Without further ado, I'd like to cue in the videos so that you can know what is going on in Tanzania before the launch. Cue in video.
I think we're happy to start the flights 3 times a week, and we build on that from there. I think we're happy to start the flights 3 times a week, and we build on that from there. And we saw bookings come in rather quickly, so that gave us a good feeling. But 200 passengers on the first flight, given the circumstances in the world, makes us very happy. Well, here we are. It's good to be back. Feels like home again. Tanzania.
On 18th May 2020, Tanzania opened its borders after it has been closed for approximately 3.5 months due to COVID-19 pandemic.
Tanzania is very safe because we have the safety procedure in place. All protocols that has been advised by the government, Minister of Health, have been taken in seriously and are in place. We talk of the airport, talk of the hotels, talk of the game live all over.
We are very excited today to receive Qatar Airline back to Dar es Salaam, Tanzania after a brief suspension due to COVID-19 pandemic. Dar es Salaam route is the first of Qatar to be resumed, and today their flight arrived with 119 passengers from different parts of the world, all connected through Doha. Tanzania is ready to receive our esteemed visitors back to yet another unforgettable experience. And that is why TTB is here today to observe how our national standard operating procedures are being adhered to. We are pleased to see that all safety protocols are being put in place. Health workers and other health authorities and officials are taking necessary health precaution to ensure safety of our visitors as well as safety of our staff.
I'm very happy to be in Tanzania, finally. This is the first flight with Qatar Airways directly almost from Oslo. And I feel that the safety measures, they are very thorough, and the safety measures, they are good. You come here and you have a lot of people who take care of you, and you also have measurements with temperature, application or forms, and it seems that Tanzania put a lot of effort to make this a safe arrival for everyone.
I was very pleased to see that the airport was taking precautions of hand sanitizers and the stickers on the floors about social distancing. It's very good to see that, to make sure that everybody stays healthy and safe.
Tanzania, unforgettable.
On 18th May 2020, Tanzania opened its borders after it has been closed for approximately 3.5 months to COVID-19 pandemic.
Tanzania is very safe because we have safety procedure in place. All protocols that has been advised by the government, Minister of Health, have been taken in seriously and are in place. We talk of the airport, talk of the hotels, talk of the game reserve, all over. We have taken all these measures to make sure that all tourists and other travelers coming to Tanzania, they remain safe.
Travelers are not subjected to 14 days quarantine, but will have to take preliminary screening by the health officers at every entry point. Also, sanitizers at the immigration docks so that the travelers can sanitize their hands before and after taking their fingerprints. The Department of Immigration strongly advises visitors
source markets come to Tanzania to witness how Tanzania is ready to receive their clients, and an encouraging number of excited and happy tourists come to Tanzania and leave with unforgettable memories. Honorable Minister, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in an effort to make sure that destination Tanzania is safe, TTB visited and inspected several tourism sites, hotels and lodges, airport operators, after the launching of our national standard operating procedures. We are proud today to see that Tanzania is among other countries that have been considered and approved to be safe to travel to by the World Travel and Tourism Council, WTTC. We hope that the stamp will be used by all in the Tanzanian tourism industry, as well as our partners in the major source markets, to show to the world that Tanzania is safe and ready and waiting for them. Once again, we welcome our guest here at TTB Utalii House. Let us all work together to continue promoting Destination Tanzania and ensuring that we give our visitors an experience like they have never had before, because Tanzania is truly unforgettable. Thank you for listening.
Another round of applause for Managing Director of Tanzania Tourism Board, Madam Dachi. Thank you so much for your welcoming remarks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Minister, distinguished guests, we now take this opportunity to welcome the Chair of the Board of Tourism, Honorable Judge Thomas Mihayo, to give his remarks. Honorable Judge, the podium is yours. Karibu sana.
Honorable Dr. Hamisi Kigwangala, Minister of Natural Resources and Tourism, Honorable Constantine Kanyasu, Deputy Minister, Minister of Natural Resources and Tourism, representatives from foreign embassies and high commissions in Tanzania, Dr. Alois Izuki, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Natural Resources and Tourism, Mr. Vota Mdachi, Managing Director of the Tanzania Tourism Board, Mr. Richard Rugimbana, Executive Secretary, Tourism Confederations of Tanzania, TTB board members, I see Mr. Lai, I see Richard Rugimbana, I see Ibrahim, and Reveri, sorry. Tourism stakeholders, members of the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. First and foremost, I would like to thank God the Almighty for the gift of life, allowing us to meet today to witness the launch of Safe Travel Stamp received from the World Travel and Tourism Council. The World Travel and Tourism Council, based in the United Kingdom, represents the global private sector travel and tourism, with a mission to ensure the sector is seamless and sustainable. Not just as one of the world's largest economic sectors, but also to the many communities and travelers enriched through their experiences. This Safe Travel Stamp is an assurance to the world that Tanzania is a safe destination and implements all necessary measures to prevent the spread of coronavirus to both residents and visitors. The process of getting this stamp involved great efforts from the private sectors, diligently abiding to the SOPs launched by you, Honorable Minister, in early June, and a great team from Ministry of Resources and the High Commission of the United Republic of Tanzania in London. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, may I take a moment to explain a few benefits of having the Safe travel stamp that will soon launch by the Anna, Dr. Hamisi Gwangara, as follows. This stamp identifies Tanzania in the world as the country implementing safe travel and tourism guidelines in the COVID-19 era. The presence of a safe travel stamp will facilitate the restoration of tourism business in Tanzania, increase foreign exchange earnings, the number of tourists arriving in Tanzania through commercial, medical, and leisure tourism. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the 51st government through our leader, His Excellency Dr. John Pombe Joseph Magufuli, President of the United Republic of Tanzania, for standing firm and giving us great courage in fighting against COVID-19 pandemic. We are all aware that the whole world in one way or another has been affected by COVID-19 pandemic politically, economically, and socially. But despite all this, life must continue and the tourism business must grow. During this pandemic, our primary responsibility was to ensure that Tanzania continues to be significant so that when the world reopens, our country will be the first to receive large groups of tourists. We have already begun to witness this. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in a special way, I would like to extend my appreciation to the following officials for their tireless efforts in ensuring and securing the safe travel stamp. Honorable Dr. Asha Rose Migiro, High Commissioner of the United Republic of Tanzania in London. Rose Kitandula, Minister Councillor, High Commission of the United Republic of Tanzania, London. Dr. Alois Nzuki, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Natural Resources and Tourism. Mr. Philip Chitaunga, Director of Tourism, Department in the Ministry of Natural Resources and Tourism. Ms. Devota Mdachi, TTB Managing Director, and Ms. Mindy Kasiga, here too Principal Public Relations Officer, but I'm reliably informed that she has been confirmed as Director of Tourism. Applause to her. Director of Marketing, sorry. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the major task ahead of us is to maintain the status that Tanzania is safe, thus attracting more tourists to our country. On behalf of the Board of Directors, the Tanzania Tourist Board assures you that we will promote this status vigorously to the world. Thank you for listening. I would now like to welcome the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Natural Resources and Tourism, to give his remarks. Dr. Nzuki.
Thank you so much, Honorable Justice Thomas Mihayo, Honorable Minister of Natural Resources and Tourism, Dr. Hamisi Kigwangala, Honorable Deputy Minister, Constantine Kanyasu, Board Chair, once again, Honorable Justice Thomas Mihayo. We do have distinguished guests here, and Honorable Minister, if you allow me, I want to recognize very important individuals that have joined us, have joined the tourism fraternity this morning to grace the occasion. And if you allow me, may I introduce and ask the following to raise so that they be recognized. First and foremost, my brother Diamond Platinum, please would you raise? Thank you for joining the tourism fraternity. And the tourism fraternity in its broader sense, its broader meaning, includes also art and music and everything. So that is the fraternity of the tourism industry. Allow me to introduce Zuchu, please. Thank you for joining us this morning. Thank you so much. Next is Harmonize. I saw him. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us this morning. We have Milad Magese. Milad Magese. Thank you for joining us this morning. I hope I haven't forgotten any other legendary artists. The reason I paused to introduce you is because we value so much. We know you add value to the tourism industry. Thank you so much. Excellencies here present this morning. I've seen a number of chief executive officers. I've seen Engineer Matindi, Air Tanzania, wherever you are. Yes, please. CEOs from Tourism Tanzania Wildlife Authority. I've seen Deputy Commissioner Nkui. Thank you so much. I've seen a number of CEOs also. AICC, my brother. Thank you so much. National Museums. Thank you so much. In the interest of time, let me just recognize your presence. And next is Mr. Richard Rugimbana, CEO, Tanzania, Tourism Confederation of Tanzania. I've seen Mr. Rugimbana. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Members of media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Honorable Minister, my task this morning is simply to welcome you to address this gathering on this very important occasion. However, allow me to say one or two words before I actually invite you to the podium. First and foremost, today's event marks a very important, it's a very important day in the history of the tourism industry in Tanzania. As we might remember, or as we will be aware, one of those factors that prospective visitors consider when they plan their trips, the number one factor that they consider is safety. Price comes number 4, but safety will be number 1. They will have all the money to go to a place, but that question that they will ask, the first and foremost, is, will I be safe? If I go to that destination seated on the plane, will I come back home seated on the plane, or will I come back home in a wooden box? That's the question that they will always want an answer to. And today's event, Honorable Minister, provides that answer. The very important $1 million question is answered today. That is, Tanzania is a safe place. Tanzania is a safe destination to go to. So this is a huge milestone in the history of Tanzania's tourism. Honorable Minister, allow me to invite to the podium 3 individuals here, and there's a point that I want to make, a very important point that I want to make. I want to invite to the podium my brother, Engineer Matindi. Please, would you join me to the front? Secondly, I want to invite Mr. Richard Rugimbana, wherever you are, could you please join me to the front? And Miss Devota Mdachi, would you please join me to the front? The point I want to make, Honorable Minister, is this. These 3 individuals represent what I call a holy trinity of tourism industry. Without these 3, the organization they represent, without them working together, the tourism industry is never complete. The operators, Mr. Rugimbana represents the Tourism Confederation of Tanzania, and it comprises about 13, 14 trade associations. They may go out there, spend their little money promoting, but it will never be successful if Tanzania Tourist Board is not there, if the national airline is not there. The Tanzania Tourist Board will go their own way, promoting the destination, but where are these people? How are they going to come to Tanzania? They need transportation. Where are they gonna, spend, overnight or sleep in accommodation facilities? They will need those accommodation facilities, and Mr. Rugimbana represents that sector of the market. But all these two can do their job. The operators can do their job, the Tanzania Tourist Board can do their job, but if we do not have a national airline, we are losing revenue, we are losing money, we are losing non-tax revenue. This is why, the three of them together make up what I call a holy trinity of the tourism industry. And I want to thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I know that you are helping us so much, you are working together. I want to thank, personally, I want to thank Engineer Matindi. He's been very responsive. His strategies are very responsive. He will always seek our advice when they are planning their routes and so on and so forth, because airlines or planes don't simply fly to those destinations, but they fly there because there's a business to, there's demand, and most of that demand would be visitors. Cargo comes second, but visitors will be the key market or the key business that will keep the airline afloat. So I wanted to recognize them and to thank them for the good working relationship that we are working together on. And as I said last week, Honorable Minister, one of those good examples of us working together is the result of today's event, where we had the operators, the private sector, working together with us to see to it that the destination is safe. And today, Honorable Minister, is the culmination of that effort. I want to thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Before I exit the podium, let me finally want to thank the Minister of Health, and I want to thank the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Health, for the tireless effort in the last few weeks. I have worked together with him tirelessly to ensure that this destination sends the right signal to the prospective markets. That is, Tanzania is safe. Remember, the fraternity, the tourism fraternity will remember that we came from travel advisories number 1, number 2, number 3, and then there was the travel advisory number 4. When that travel advisory number 4 was released, the whole industry was paralyzed. And as I said last week, I received a lot of phone calls and texts to ask me to speak to my counterpart in the Ministry of Health, to ask them to really consider the position of the tourism industry. And I'm glad to say that I worked tirelessly, every time I would bother, my counterpart in the Ministry of Health to make sure that this travel advisory number 4 is lessened a little bit, because those are the facts. Tanzania has sailed through this pandemic, and we are a destination that is safe. This is why today we join only few other countries, I think 3 other sub-Saharan Africa countries, to receive this safe travels certification. So I want to thank the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health for his assistance, making sure that this industry once again is ready to receive visitors and to send the right message to the public that Tanzania is a safe destination. Honorable Minister, this event is not mine, and I'm not contesting for any Member of Parliament position. So, without further ado, Honorable Minister, it is now my privilege and singular honor to invite you to the podium to make a statement at this very important occasion. Sorry, I'm reminded here, I forgot to recognize one of those very important people in this tourism industry, that is the head of the Tourism, Tanzania National College of Tourism, Dr. Shogo Mlozi, please. She works in the backstage. We don't see her in the front as we do to Miss Devota, but the product that she's producing is the one that is ensuring visitors their safety and their well-being. Sorry, I forgot to recognize you, Dr. Shogo. So without further ado, Honorable Minister, the podium is yours.
Honorable Constantine John Kanyasu, the Deputy Minister, Minister of Natural Resources and Tourism, Dr. Alois Nzuki, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Natural Resources and Tourism, Honorable Judge Thomas Mihayo, the Chairman of the Tanzania Tourist Board of Directors, members of the board, Ms. Devota Mdachi, Managing Director of the Tanzania Tourist Board, Mr. Richard Rugimbana, the Executive Secretary of the Tourism Confederation of Tanzania, tourism stakeholders, members of the press, distinguished guests, and here I would like to specially recognize our ambassadors for Tanzania tourism, as earlier on also recognized by the Permanent Secretary, Dr. Nzuki. I would again reiterate by recognizing Mr. Diamond Platnumz, the CEO of Wasafi, his management including Salaam, Ms. Zuchu, and as well the Konde Gang CEO, Mr. Harmonize, and your team. And another ambassador is Ms. Milen Magese, all the way from the United States of America, and all other CEOs that have been invited to grace this important occasion. And especially I would like to recognize the presence of the ATC Executive Director, Mr. Engineer Ladislaus Matindi, and the CEO of the AICC, the Arusha International Conference Center, Mr. Kaaya Elishilia, and as well members from the private sector as represented by the TCT Executive Director, Mr. Richard Rugimbana. I see representation from the Ayat, from the Serena Hotel, and all these other important stakeholders in our sector. You are all specially recognized. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Before I continue delivering my speech in English, I was keen enough to prepare a Swahili version that is going to be presented by the Deputy Minister, Honorable Constantine John Kanyasu. So I would like to now leave the stage for him to deliver the Swahili version of my speech. It's a very short speech, and mine as well is very short. So I would rather present both of them. Please, you're welcome.
Habari za sasa hivi. Mheshimiwa Waziri Dr. Hamisi Kigwangala, Mheshimiwa Katibu Mkuu Dr. Alois Nzuki, mwenyekiti wetu wa board, Jaji mstaafu Thomas Mihayo,
mkurugenzi wa bodi ya utalii Devota Mdachi, ndugu Richard Rugimbana, katibu mtendaji wa shirikisho la vyama vya utalii Tanzania, ndugu yangu Engineer Richard Matindi, wajumbe wa bodi, wadau wetu na mabalozi wetu wote wa utalii, lakini pia Watanzania wote ambao wanatutazama. Habari za mchana. Kama alivyosema Mheshimiwa Waziri, kwa niaba ya Watanzania wengi ambao hawasikii mayai, naomba nitoe tafsiri ya ujumbe wa Mheshimiwa Waziri kwa lugha ya Watanzania. Awali ya yote, napenda sana kumshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu mwingi wa rehema kwa kutuwezesha wote pamoja kukutana hapa siku ya leo. Ninayo furaha sana kushuhudia hatua hii katika tasnia yetu ya utalii Tanzania. Nawakaribisha washirika wetu wote kutoka Baraza la Wasafiri na Utalii Duniani, yani World Travel and Tourism Council, ambao wameungana nasi muda huu kwa njia ya mawasiliano ya mtandao. Tunawashukuru kwa kutunga mkono na kuipatia Tanzania matumizi ya muhuri wa usalama kwa wasafiri ambao ulipokelewa tarehe 22 Julai mwaka 2020. Ndugu wageni waalikwa, mabibi na mabwana, kwa namna ya kipekee napenda kumshukuru sana Mheshimiwa Dr. John Pombe Magufuli, Rais wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania, kwa uongozi wake mahiri na juhudi zilizodhihirishwa kwa nchi yetu kupambana na janga la COVID-19. Kwa kupitia hatua alizochukua, ameonyesha uongozi imara si tu kwa nchi yetu bali pia kwa dunia nzima jinsi ya kukabiliana na janga hili. Zaidi ya hayo, uamuzi wake wa kufungua mipaka yetu huku tukichukua hatua thabiti za kudhibiti janga hili na kuifanya Tanzania salama ndiyo sababu kuu ambayo imetufanya kuwa hapa leo na kupewa kutumia muhuri wa usalama kwa wasafiri. Ndugu waalikwa, mabibi na bwana, ninayo furaha na kukupongeza Dr. Alois Nzuki, katibu wetu mkuu mpya wa Wizara ya Maliasili na Utalii, pamoja na timu yote kutoka taasisi na wizara na wadau wengine wote ambao kwa pamoja juhudi zenu zimetuwezesha kuitangaza Tanzania ndani na nje ya nchi. Kazi yenu nzuri katika tasnia hii inatambulika na kupongezwa sana. Nilifarijika kufahamu kwamba kipindi cha janga la COVID-19 hamkubaki kimya, bali mliendelea kushirikiana na balozi za Tanzania nje ya nchi kuifikia dunia na kuitangazia utalii wa Tanzania. Kama mnavyokumbuka, mapema mwezi Juni mwaka huu nilipozindua mwongozo wa namna bora ya kuendesha shughuli za utalii wakati wa janga la COVID-19 SOP, nilizungumza kuhusu umuhimu wa kuutaarifu ulimwengu kwamba Tanzania ni salama. Nina furaha leo kuona juhudi hizo zimezaa matunda. Na heshima kubwa asubuhi ya leo kuzindua rasmi matumizi ya muhuri salama kwa wasafiri uliotolewa na taasisi kubwa na inayotambulika na kuaminiwa duniani, kuweka uelewa wa wasafiri na watalii wanaopenda kuitembelea nchi yetu kwamba Tanzania ni salama kwa kuzingatia miongozo ya usalama na afya iliyotolewa. Ndugu wageni waalikwa, bibi na bwana, kwa wadau wetu wa sekta ya utalii, napenda kutangaza kwamba Tanzania sasa imeorodheshwa kuwa miongoni mwa vivutio vilivyo salama duniani na imethibitishwa kutumia muhuri uliotolewa na baraza hilo sambamba na utambulisho wetu wa nchi, yani Unforgettable Tanzania Destination Logo. Matumizi ya muhuri huu Safe Travel Stamp ni muhimu kwa kujenga tena imani kwa wasafiri na watalii duniani kote, na kwamba wasafiri wanahakikishiwa miongozo ya usalama na usafi inazingatiwa na hivyo wapo salama wanapokuja Tanzania. Vile vile matumizi ya muhuri huu yatathibitishia wadau watalii kwamba Tanzania ni salama kwa wageni, kujenga tumaini jipya kwa watalii na kutekeleza sera na miongozo ili kurejesha imani itakayoimarisha tasnia ya utalii Tanzania. Nawashukuru wadau wote wa utalii Tanzania kwa ushirikiano mlioutoa katika kutekeleza yaliyomo katika mwongozo na kufanya shughuli ya utalii wakati wa janga la COVID-19, ikiwa katika mambo yaliyowezesha kupata muhuri huu. Matumizi ya muhuri huu unaozinduliwa leo ni kwa ajili yetu sote, serikali, wadau katika sekta ya utalii, Watanzania wote kwa ujumla. Ni jukumu letu kukuza na kuendeleza utalii wetu kwa juhudi na maarifa. Mahali popote duniani,
Nawasihi kuutumia muhuri huu kama fursa ya kupata watalii wengi katika kipindi hiki ambapo nchi nyingi bado hazijafungua mipaka yao kwa utalii. Sasa niwaombe Mheshimiwa Katibu Mkuu, nasoma message ya waziri, kwa hiyo na mimi nimejikuta niko hapa. Kwa pamoja tushike jalada letu, na nitumie nafasi hii baada ya kusema hii hotuba yangu kwa kifupi, niseme tu kwamba Tanzania ni salama na matumizi ya muhuri ya usalama kwa wasafiri kutoka Baraza la Wasafiri na Utalii Duniani sasa yamezinduliwa. Mheshimiwa Waziri, karibu sana.
First and foremost, I wish to thank our Almighty God for granting us this day and the wonderful opportunity to gather with you, all good people here today at TTB in good health. And it gives me great pleasure to witness this important milestone in our travel and tourism industry in Tanzania. I welcome all our partners from the World Travel and Tourism Council who have also joined us in this occasion through video live streaming. We thank you for your support and for granting Tanzania the Safe Travel Stamp that was received on the 22nd of July 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, in a very special way, I wish to thank His Excellency Dr. John Pombe Magufuli, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, for his sound leadership and efforts demonstrated by our country to fight COVID-19 pandemic. Through his actions, he has provided leadership not just in our country, but also to the world on how to fight this particular pandemic. Furthermore, his decision to reopen our borders while taking strong measures to control the pandemic has made us to be granted the Safe Travel Stamp here today. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm grateful to congratulate Dr. Alois Nzuki, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Natural Resources and Tourism, and the entire team of the institutions under the ministry, as well as tourism stakeholders, for your tireless efforts in promoting tourism inside and outside of our country. Your incredible work in this industry is noted and is highly appreciated. I'm happy to learn that during this COVID-19 period, you did not remain silent, but you kept on and found a way of cooperating with Tanzanian ambassadors outside the country in reaching the entire world to promote Destination Tanzania. As you remember, early June this year, when launching the National Standard Operating Procedures for Tourism Industry, I mentioned about the importance of informing the world that Tanzania is safe, and I'm very happy today to eyewitness the positive impact which those efforts have brought. It is with great pleasure this morning to officially launch the Safe Travel Stamp granted by this renowned institution, which creates awareness to travelers and tourists who wish to visit different destinations worldwide, endorsing on Destination Tanzania is safe while adhering to the established health and safety protocols. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to all our stakeholders in the tourism industry, I'm pleased to announce that Tanzania now is listed as a safe destination among other destinations in the world and is certified with an authority to use the stamp alongside with our unforgettable Tanzania destination logo. The stamp is vital to reestablish worldwide consumer confidence in travel and tourism because travelers can be sure that enhanced standards of hygiene are in place for them to be able to travel safely to Tanzania. Let us all use this stamp to assure stakeholders and tourists that Tanzania is safe for visitors, rebuild trust in our guests, and implement policies and guidelines in place to restore their confidence in strengthening the tourism industry. I'm grateful to all Tanzanian tourism stakeholders for putting into practice the national guidelines for tourism activities in Tanzania, the SOPs, which has assisted in obtaining this stamp. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this stamp launched here today is for all of us the government, the tourism stakeholders, and all Tanzanians. It is our responsibility to boost our tourism sector with all the energy and vigor anywhere in the world. I urge you to use this stamp as an opportunity to obtain many more tourists during the pandemic, where other countries still have not opened their boundaries for tourism. I now ask the Deputy Minister, the Permanent Secretary, the Deputy Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Natural Resources and Tourism, the Chairman of the TTB, the Managing Director of TTB, the Executive Secretary of TCT, to join me here and launch the stamp issued by the WTTC on your all behalf.
Honorable Minister, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as the front row has stood before us, I request Hosa to give them the folders. And Honorable Minister, I will request that you all hold the folders for a photo opportunity, while at the back on the big screen, ladies and gentlemen, we have prepared animation of how now the Safe Travel stamp will be used alongside with Unforgettable Tanzania logo, so that we can all see. And this stamp is for all of our publications to be used. Yes. Now I invite Honorable Minister to say the words. I'll hold it for you. I'll hold it for you.
Tanzania is safe, and the use of Safe Travel stamp from the World Travel and Tourism Council is now officially launched. Tanzania Unforgettable.
Another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, and this signifies that together we have all launched the use of the stamp. If I can have one more time the show of the folders while you can get the background. Please, photographers, this is your moment. I've created this moment just for you guys. So if you can see the folders and you can see the beautiful smiling faces. I know Honorable Minister, he doesn't smile often, but for this one, I'm sure he'll smile, you see? Thank you. If I can have Honorable Minister remain, and together with, yes, Mr. Rugimbana. The rest you can take a seat. Since this stamp is also for private sector, I wish to also create another photo opportunity for our ladies and gentlemen from the press to signify that this stamp is not only owned by the government, but it's for private sector. So on behalf of private sector, Honorable Minister, kindly join hands or shake hands with Mr. Rugimbana to show that you have given also the stamp to the private sector. And yes, we can clap. And together with that, I think you also have invitation to have others to join. Okay, and for those special guests that the minister has requested that you join on behalf of tourism to broadcast and entertainment industry. So if we can have all of the invited guests by the minister Diamond Platinum, please lead, the CEO of Wasafi. And together with Salaam, please. Oh, moja moja. Yes, all these are TCT stakeholders because they are carrying Tanzanian flag once they go beyond our borders to play their music or in the entertainment, fashion, and industry. They always carry the Tanzania unforgettable destination with them. So I now welcome Zuchu. She's an upcoming artist. We thank you for your presence and your beautiful smile, obviously. Thank you. Now, Mr. Salaam, thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you so much. Also, we have Harmonize, Mr. Harmonize. These are the people who are carrying our flag, especially the flag of Tanzania, to show the world through their entertainment industry that Tanzania is indeed unforgettable. Now I'd like to also call Lady Milen Magese. Through her work internationally, beyond Tanzanian borders, she's been carrying Tanzanian flag, especially in the tourism sector, with her, and we recognize her presence and her efforts. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. These are the people behind the curtain that have been. So those are representative from the entertainment industry. Now from the public sector. From the public sector, I'd like to call upon the CEO of AICC, the CEO of I think I've seen Tower, Air Tanzania, oh, Deputy Minister too, NCT, Mwenyekiti, please. Yes. And Katibu Mkuu and Madam. Can you join the podium, please? These are representatives from the public sector that together have worked tirelessly to make sure that Tanzania obtain the safe travel stamp. And together we will work to promote the stamp across the border of Tanzania. Asanteni sana. Now with a very special, before hoteliers, because since the chair of the board was there, I'd like to call upon chair of the board together with board members. I understand among us there are board members. This is a very special consideration. These are the people who have been giving us marching orders. We don't sleep. If they cough, we catch a sneeze. That is Tanzania Tourism Board, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Now I would like to call upon a representative from the private sector again. I see hoteliers, I've seen Serena, and others in the hotel industry and airline industry, I believe. Kosota as well. I've seen Kosota. And for those invited guests who did not get the folder, inside the folder there is also SOPs which have been launched by the minister a couple months ago, but we have reprinted them for this special occasion with the logo on it. So make sure before you leave you have your folder with the stamp, but also with the SOP books. Did we get all of them? This is a large group. Did we get all of them? I think they got it. They say yes. Okay, okay. Technology. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I thank you, Honorable Minister, please.
Kabla sijaenda kukaa, najua kizungu kigumu sana. Sema nimeona tu wadada ndo walikuwa wanakipatia. Lakini sisi Wanyamwezi kutoka huko mikoani tunajiumauma tu hapa. Lakini haswa lengo la hii nembo, na ndio maana tumefanya kuwa na event hii kubwa, ni kuitambulisha nchi yetu kwamba ni destination salama. Ni nchi chache sana ambazo zimefanikiwa kupata hii nembo ya safe travels. Kwa hivyo ni nembo ya fahari kwenye sekta ya utalii kwa zama tulizopo. Na hii itatoa confidence kwa wageni huko nje kabla hawajaja hapa, watakapoiona kwenye matangazo yetu ya utalii. Kwa hivyo kuanzia sasa video zetu, picha zetu, tutaweka nembo ya safe travels. Mtu akiona tu hiyo nembo ataamini kwamba Tanzania ni salama. Kwa hivyo atapata confidence ya kubook safari yake kuja Tanzania. Kwa hivyo ninatoa wito kwa wadau wote waliofanikiwa kuhudhuria kwenye sherehe hii na wale ambao hawakuhudhuria kuitumia nembo hii kwa kadri inavyowezekana. Kwa hivyo mabalozi wetu kama wasanii ambao mna followership kubwa kwenye mitandao, watu mashuhuri, kwenye videos ambazo mnatoa kwa ajili ya shughuli mbalimbali ambazo mnafanya, kwenye picha ambazo mnatoa, mabango ambayo mnatoa, mna ruhusa ya kutumia hii nembo ya safe travels. Ukiweka tu pale, mtu atakuja kuhudhuria kwenye event yako akiamini kwamba upo katika nchi ambayo ni salama. Na kiukweli Tanzania ni salama. Tunaendelea na juhudi zetu katika maeneo mbalimbali, kwenye entertainment industry, kwenye mikutano, safari za ndege, kwenye mahoteli, kwenye hifadhi, kwenye fukwe, kote mambo yanaendelea. Ukitembea jioni Dar es Salaam, nightlife imerudi kama ilivyokuwa kabla ya ugonjwa wa corona. Na hii ni dalili kwamba tuko salama. Tusingekuwa salama, maana yake tungeshuhudia watu wakilazwa mamia kwa maelfu kwenye mahospitali. Tungeshuhudia misiba kila kona. Lakini dalili kwamba hatuna misiba, hatuna watu waliolazwa kwenye mahospitali, inaonesha kwamba nchi yetu ni salama na corona haipo. Hata kama zimebaki pockets za hapa na pale, lakini sio significant. Na ndio maana juzi Zuchu wamefanya event, hakuna aliyeugua corona pale. Watu wameenjoy, wamemwangalia binti anafanya mambo yake, na wamerudi nyumbani wamepumzika, na baada ya hapo hakuna mtu aliyeugua. Weekend iliyopita tumeona Alikiba amefanya tamasha kule Mtwara na anajipanga kwenda kufanya lingine huko Kigoma. Watu wako salama, maisha yanaendelea. Harmonize kafanya tamasha kule Dodoma, maelfu ya watu wamekusanyika, kila kitu kinaenda vizuri. Hakuna, baada ya pale tungetarajia tuanze kuona maambukizi. Hakuna. Bahati nzuri mimi ni mtaalamu wa afya ya jamii. Kwa hivyo haya ni mambo yangu. Katika hali yoyote ile, baada ya event kubwa kama hizi wanazofanya wasanii, ama ile tuliofanya sisi CCM kwenye chama chetu pale Dodoma, tungeanza kushuhudia kiwango cha maambukizi kuongezeka, kama kweli kungekuwa kuna watu ambao wameambukizwa katika mikutano ile ama katika hizi events ambazo zimepita. Kwa hivyo tumeona tuwaalike hawa wasanii na watu mashuhuri ili mtu pia anayetuona apate ile picha, asidhani kwamba hii ni jambo la serikali peke yake ama ni jambo la utalii peke yake. Hapana, linahusu kila Mtanzania ambaye yupo kwenye entertainment industry, kwenye hizi sekta za burudani, kwenye sekta za mapumziko, kwenye sekta za mikutano, siasa, kila kona ya maisha ya mwanadamu. Na ndio watu wetu wengi wapo huko. Kwa hivyo ndio maana leo unaona tuna CEO hapa wa AICC, wenyewe wanahusika na mikutano, yupo kuja kuwakilisha sekta nzima ya mikutano. Kwa hivyo shughuli hii na mafanikio haya tuliyoyapata ya kupewa nembo hii ya kimataifa ya Safe Travels inaonesha ni namna gani tumepata mafanikio makubwa kwenye kudhibiti kusambaa kwa ugonjwa wa COVID-19. Na hapa kwa namna ya kipekee tunamshukuru sana na kumpongeza Rais Magufuli kwa kuongoza mapambano haya. Hatimaye tumefanikiwa. Majirani zetu walitucheka, walitung'onga, walisema kila aina ya maneno. Lakini mwisho wa siku wamekuja kule ambako sisi tuliingia miezi mitatu iliyopita. Na kwa sababu kisayansi kama kujifungia ndani kulikuwa kunasaidia, maana yake wasingepata ongezeko la cases kwenye nchi yao. Lakini leo ndio cases zinaongezeka. Na leo sasa ndio wanafungua na biashara. Maana yake nini? It's counterproductive. Kwa hiyo wamejifungia, wameharibu uchumi, wameharibu maisha ya watu kijamii, lakini mwisho wa siku wamekuja kujifungulia wao wenyewe. Wameanza tena kufanya shughuli kama sisi. Kwa hivyo sisi, maana yake rais wetu aliona mbali sana kabla yao. Na ndio maana sisi hatukujifungia. Na kwa heshima hiyo na kwa uongozi huu madhubuti ambao Mheshimiwa Rais ameutoa kwenye mapambano haya dhidi ya COVID-19, ninadhamiria kwenda kumkabidhi hiki cheti cha Safe Travels Mheshimiwa Rais kwenye siku ambayo atapanga. Kwa sababu kimsingi yeye ndio sura ya nchi yetu na yeye ndiye mwakilishi wa Watanzania wote ambao wamefaidika na uongozi aliyoutoa. Kwa hivyo hii nembo kwa niaba ya wananchi wote wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania tutamkabidhi Mheshimiwa Rais Dr. John Pombe Joseph Magufuli kama heshima ambayo anastahili kwa kutufikisha kwenye mafanikio haya. Kwa hivyo niliseme hilo kwa lugha ya mama ili tuelewane vizuri. Asanteni sana kwa kuja, asanteni sana kwa kunisikiliza, na tuitumie nembo hii ipasavyo. Tupige kelele kweli kweli, dunia nzima wajue kwamba Tanzania ni salama, na kwa sasa hivi sisi tunawahofia wageni kuliko sisi wenyewe. Japokuwa kwa sababu tunataka dola zao, hatuna namna, tutawakaribisha, lakini tutakuwa tunawataka wanawe mikono, wavae barakoa na masharti mengine. Sisi huku mtaani hakuna haja hata kuvaa barakoa. Tuko salama. Tunaaminiana, tunashikana mikono, tunakumbatiana, maisha yanaendelea. Hakuna shida. Lakini kwa wageni tutakuwa makini kidogo. Kwa sababu tuna wasiwasi wanaweza wao wakatuletea corona ambayo hapa sisi tumeshapambana nayo na tumefanikiwa kuishinda. Asanteni sana.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Waziri. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. The last item that is on our agenda was the vote of thanks. But before we move to that item, Honorable Minister, I wish to disturb you a little bit and ask you to come forward, because I was reminded that I've forgotten a very important group of people that I think without them we would not have been here enjoying this event. I have forgotten the people of Tanzania Tourist Board, the family members of Tanzania Tourist Board, the staff that have worked tirelessly. I know yesterday some of us slept here, and this morning they had to take a shower close by and attend this event. So Madam Devota Mdachi, our leader and our patriot in this family of TTB, please come forward so that we can have representatives of staff of TTB, those committee members, but also whoever that is close by, even if you're not in the committee. Please come forward so we can take a group picture with the minister to symbolize, yes, Deputy Minister, please, Mwenyekiti, Dr. Nzuki. Ladies and gentlemen, These young boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, old, young, all of them here at TTB, they've worked so hard together to complete this event of today, including myself, by the way. So I'm gonna move to the picture. 2 groups. Okay, 2 groups. Let's do 2 groups. No, actually they can fit. If I can have, yes, they can fit. If I can have this at the back. Move the other side, please. The other side is empty. Just move the other side. Okay, I'll have from Musa to Hosa. The rest, move aside, and then Mr. Rudy for the second group. Up to Hosa. Up to Musa, yes. The rest, just step aside. We'll complete this group, and then the next group will come again. Next group, please. Thank you so much. Before you leave, sponsors, all the sponsors, Asanteni TTB, now it sponsors Tanzania National Parks, Tanzania Wildlife Management Authority, Tanzania Forest Service, TFS, Ngorongoro Conservation Area Authority, Event and Exhibition Services, True Vision Production Limited, Serena Hotels, Kilimanjaro Audiovisual Services, Seychelles Millennium Hotel, Revolution Events, Perfect Cleaning Services, Eden Catering, and last but not least, AG Ask Group for printing our folders and SOPs. These are our sponsors who in kind have contributed a lot of the things that are here today, and we wish to recognize them, Honorable Minister and distinguished frontliners, that without them, this event would not have been a success. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for them. Thank you so much. Yes. Now I wish to call upon Mr. Richard Rugimbana for a vote of thanks. Mr. Rugimbana, your podium. Yes, it's all yours.
Mimi na kazi moja tu kwa maana ya kutoa neno la shukurani, na naamini wakati tunatoa neno la shukurani basi itakuwa ni safe stay kwa ajili ya muda mchache tu. Honorable Dr. Miski Gwangala, Minister of Natural Resources and Tourism, Honorable Constantine Kenyasu, Deputy Minister in the Ministry of Natural Resources and Tourism, ambassadors and representatives or foreign representatives. Dr. Lois Nzuki, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Honorable Judge Thomas Mihayo, Chairman of the Tanzania Tourism Board, Ms. Devota Mdachi, Managing Director of the Tanzania Tourist Board, tourism stakeholders, journalists, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. On behalf of members of the Tourism Confederation of Tanzania and the Hotel Association of Tanzania and all tourism stakeholders, I would like to thank Honorable Judge Mihayo, Chairman of TTB, for inviting us to come and participate in receiving the Safe Travel Seal from the World Travel and Tourism Council. On a very special note, I would like to express our gratitude to the Fifth Phase government under the leadership of Honorable John Pombe Magufuli, President of the United Republic of Tanzania, through your ministry, Dr. Miski Gwangala, for continuing to work with the private sector in the whole issue of promoting tourism in Tanzania. We thank the Minister for launching the National Standard Operating Procedures, SOPs, in June 2020, which we've been using in our operations and enabling us to increase the confidence of the visitors we serve that Tanzania is certainly safe. I'm pleased to hear that Tanzania is listed among other countries in the world that have been certified to have the authority to use the security seal along with Tanzania Unforgettable logo. Honorable Minister, we promise to make a good use of this seal in our efforts to grow our economy and achieve a high economy level. Our request to our government is that, as usual, you'll continue to cooperate with us and continue to provide us with all the available information that will help us in continuing to serve tourists with the aim of increasing the number of tourists coming to Tanzania, thus making Tanzania certainly an attraction of all nations in the world. Let me end by thanking you all. Asanteni sana. Tanzania unforgettable.
Another round of applause for Mr. Richard Rugimbana, who is a representative of all the private sector who are being determined or targeted as users, main users of this stamp. Honorable Minister, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this marks the end of our event today. I did promise you that it will take a little bit before 2 hours, and we have just concluded it just before that time. So for another round, we thank you for being here, Honorable Minister, for launching this stamp. And from now onwards, this stamp is going to be used. I understand Mr. Salaam said that another concert of Diamond, this will be the logo that he's going to use. So we thank you so much for that. Ladies and gentlemen, there are refreshments being organized and for you guys, but also members of the press would like to have another interview with our distinguished guest. So please feel free. Within the given time, you'll be allocated to do interviews, but don't just focus on the front line. There's also representatives from the hotels, from other private sector, from the management, and also members of the board of Tanzania Tourism Board. So feel free to pick for an appointment to have an interview while you are enjoying refreshments and what has been prepared for us. Tanzania unforgettable. Okay, another round, please. Tanzania
Hello,
unforgettable.
my name is Gloria Guevara. I am the CEO and President
Thank
of
you so
WTTC.
much for coming. This marks the end. I was Mindy Kasiga, your host for this day, and I hope you have enjoyed. See you next time. Karibuni sana. If we can have the screen, our videos, please.
Hello, my name is Gloria Guevara. I am the CEO and President of WTTC, or World Travel and Tourism Council. We represent the global private sector. And I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate Tanzania, the government, Mr. and the entire private sector because of the implementation of the the same level on the global private sector. I recognize this effort and the Safe Travel Stamp. Basically, it's the protocols that we are seeing in the global private sector. This will help travelers, especially because travelers are not visited. Working together, we faster and working back the millions of jobs. Thank you for the great job from the Minister of the Private Sector and the government. Hello, my name is Gloria.
We live to create pleasant memories. This is a story about the pursuit of the unforgettable. Tanzania is one of the most beautiful countries in the world, inhabited by friendly and warm-hearted people. It offers the experienced travelers the unforgettable beauty of nature,
happy
from
to
the
see the
crowd.
video. Can you replay it again?
Back to
Hello, my name is
essence,
Gloria Guevara. I am the
the
CEO and
spirit
president of WTTC,
of
or World
Africa,
Council. We represent the
simple
global private sector.
and
And I would like to take this
inspiring.
opportunity to congratulate
Tanzania,
Tanzania, especially the
unforgettable.
government, the Minister King Walfulala, and the entire private sector
From
because of the
one
implementation
attraction
of the
to the
12 goals at the
next,
same level and the
each
global private
page
sector.
in Tanzania's
We have
story
recognized this
is
effort
more
and
gripping
granted the
than the
certificate
last.
stamp, basically
Vast, breathtaking landscapes are the order of the day. Never-ending wonderland truly indulges the senses. When you enter its embrace, you won't leave the same. With its award-winning national park,
Hello, my name is
game
Gloria Guevara. I
reserves,
am the CEO and president of
mountains,
WTTC, or World
forests,
Tourism Council. We represent the global private sector. And I would like to take
islands,
this
and
opportunity to
endless
congratulate
beaches.
Tanzania, especially the government,
You
the
are
Minister King
simply
Walfulala.
spoiled for choice. Come to Tanzania is to visit the unforgettable. Ngorongoro is the birthplace.
We are very excited today to receive Qatar Airline back to Dar es Salaam, Tanzania after a brief suspension due to COVID-19 pandemic. Dar es Salaam route is the first of Qatar to be resumed, and today their flight arrived with 119 passengers from different parts of the world, all connected through Doha. Tanzania
Today is the first flight that left Dubai to Dar es Salaam, August 1. So we said as soon as possible.
I did not expect the airport to change so much.
Airport kubwa nzuri, tumepata feeling ya nyumbani, tumefurahi sana kwa kweli. We came here to Tanzania to enjoy a safari.
We would like to see unique nature and to try to see safari.
Buja Island, we're gonna try, get some food and spend some time with family and just enjoy our holidays. And
We're hoping to either do Zanzibar, go to the beach, enjoy the scenery a bit more.
And also the people there are very lovely people. I think that's the most important thing about Tanzania.
I heard you have a good situation about COVID, and that's why we chose Tanzania for traveling.
I've been really impressed with the way the airport's handled COVID and stuff, and I feel safer than I thought I would have felt.
Everybody is having a mask and sanitization is good. So yeah, it's very, very safe.
Na wafanyakazi pia wako hand to hand na watu, at least kwa guide na kuwasaidia.
The airport's a lot bigger, so you can handle that situation a lot better. And there's temperature checks, so you know that everybody's being scanned in. That keeps you safe and protected.
I would encourage everyone to come to Tanzania. I think the country and the airport is prepared to receive everyone. And I think people are taking the right precautions in terms of safety.
Tanzania is unforgettable. It's part of my heart always.
Tanzania unforgettable.
I think we're happy to start the flights 3 times a week, and we build on that from there. And we saw bookings come in rather quickly, so that gave us a good feeling. But 200 passengers on the first flight, given the circumstances in the world, makes us very happy. Well, here we are. It's good to be back. Feels like home again. Tanzania, unforgettable.